Please subscribe, like, and comment.
Okay, so today we're going deep on something pretty big. I think something that's been sending shockwaves all through the global economy.
Yeah, for sure.
We're talking about, you guessed it, the new U.S. tariffs.
Yeah, these things are huge.
Absolutely huge. And we've got like a whole stack of reports here to unpack.
Oh, yeah, we've got it all.
We've got Business Insider, we've got the Wall Street Journal, of course.
Can't forget them.
The Guardian Writers, the New York Post.
Keeping an eye on things.
Even dipping our toes into the crypto waters a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Got to see what's going on over there.
With some stuff from Tron Weekly Investopedia and CoinDesk.
Always interesting.
All centered around like this crazy 48 hours, April 5th and 6th, 2025.
Yeah, things went down.
Things went down big time. And you know what we're really trying to figure out is like, what does all this actually mean?
Yeah, that's the big question.
What's the immediate impact of these tariffs on the markets we all know?
Right, the ones we watch every day.
And then there's this like unexpected twist.
Oh, yeah.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin's doing its own thing.
It's like totally unfazed.
Seems to be, yeah.
So let's like rewind a little.
Okay, back to the beginning.
Back to April 5th, 2025.
Big day.
It is a big day. President Trump drops this bombshell, announces and implements a 10% tariff.
Across the board.
Yeah, on almost every single import coming into the U.S.
Wow.
Calls it Liberation Day.
Catchy.
I know, right? And Business Insider, they're saying the whole point is to, kind of break free from relying on all these foreign imports.
Rank sense?
And try to like supercharge domestic manufacturing.
Boost those American jobs.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we got to remember, this isn't like starting from scratch.
Oh, no.
There were already tariffs, right?
Especially on China.
China especially.
Right, so this is like piling on top.
Yeah, it's like adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Wall Street Journal, they're saying it's going to get even more intense starting April 9th.
Oh, really? How so?
More like targeted tariffs specific to certain countries.
Ah, okay, so like picking and choosing.
Exactly. And China, oh boy, they're getting hit hard.
How hard?
A new 34% tariff.
Yeah.
Add that to what was already there. We're talking a whopping 54% tariff on Chinese goods.
54%? That's got to hurt.
I know, right? Like, what are businesses going to do?
Right, are they going to eat the cost or raise prices or...
Yeah, or like find completely different suppliers.
Yeah, and what about the politics of it all, right? Like,
yeah,
how are other countries going to react?
Yeah, it's a whole geopolitical mess.
A big time.
I mean, right off the bat, we saw a huge reaction globally. The Guardian reported that over 50 countries...
50?
Yeah, 50 countries. They're all scrambling to set up trade talks with the U.S.
Wow, so everyone's kind of freaking out.
Yeah, they're all like, hey, let's talk this through.
Trying to work something out.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that just shows you how, like, interconnected the global economy really is, right?
Oh, absolutely. One little move here.
Domino effect everywhere.
Yeah, and it's not just individual countries either.
Oh, no.
The EU is, like, gearing up for a counterattack.
They're not messing around.
Nope. Reuters is saying they're working on a unified strategy to hit back against these U.S. tariffs.
Okay, so we could be looking at a full-blown trade war here.
It's looking that way. And when giants clash, everybody feels it.
Yeah, nobody wins in a trade war.
Okay, so while all this drama is unfolding on the global stage...
Right, setting the stage.
Let's turn to Wall Street, our old friend, the stock market.
Always a good indicator.
The Wall Street Journal had this, like, really stark report from around April 4th.
Oh, no. What happened?
Big drops across the board.
Like how big?
S&P 500 down 6%.
Oh, geez.
Nasdaq down 5.8%.
That's a lot.
And the Dow Jones Industrial Average, it, like, plummeted.
Plummeted. How much are we talking?
2,231 points.
Bro.
It was like the worst week for the U.S. stock market since 2020.
That's a big red flag.
It's like everyone's hitting the panic button.
Yeah, when a market drops like that, it means investors are seriously spooked.
Totally. And to make matters worse, we've got some big names on Wall Street sounding the alarm.
Oh, really? Who are we talking?
Jim Cramer.
Oh.
The New York Post reported that he's even using the words Black Monday.
Black Monday, like the 1987 crash.
That's exactly what he's referencing.
That's pretty scary.
I know, right? It's like the specter of a sudden and, like, catastrophic market crash.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that happen again.
And it's not just Cramer Mark Cuban. He's also worried.
Yeah, what is he saying?
Business Insider reported that he thinks the U.S. could be heading for a recession.
A recession?
Yeah, and not just any recession. He thinks it could be worse than the Great Recession of 2008.
Wow, that's a really bleak outlook.
Yeah, It's like this dark cloud hanging over everything.
Yeah, and when someone like Mark Cuban says that, you gotta listen.
Oh, absolutely. He's not one to, like, exaggerate.
No, he's got skin in the game.
Exactly.
Right.
And we're already starting to see how these tariffs are hitting people.
Like in their everyday lives?
Yeah. Business Insider had these examples of Volkswagen and Best Buy.
Oh, big companies.
Yeah, they're both announcing price increases.
Because of the tariffs.
Yeah, it's like this domino effect. The tariffs increase their costs.
And they pass those costs on to the consumer.
Exactly. And that means less money in people's pockets.
And that can hurt the whole economy.
Yeah, it's like a vicious cycle.
So what's the government saying about all this backlash?
Well, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, he admitted that, yeah, there's been pushback.
But are they doing anything about it?
Not really. The Wall Street Journal reported that he said the tariffs are staying put for at least a few weeks.
A few weeks, so they're digging in.
Yeah, they seem pretty determined.
Interesting.
And to add like some historical context, too.
Oh yeah, history always repeats itself.
The Guardian pointed out that some economists are drawing parallels to the Smoot-Hawley tariffs.
Smoot-Hawley, that's not a good sign.
Nope, not at all. That was back during the Great Depression.
Yeah, not exactly a success story.
And these economists are worried that, this protectionist approach.
Trying to shield domestic industries.
Right, it could backfire and actually hurt U.S. economic growth in the long run.
Yeah, history tends to rhyme.
It really does.
Right.
Okay, so we've got this like 1-2 punch.
Lay it on me.
Traditional markets tanking.
Yeah, stocks are getting hammered.
Experts are warning about like a potential economic meltdown.
Nobody wants to hear that.
And companies are raising prices left and right.
So it's hitting people where it hurts.
In their wallets. But here's the thing.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, what's it doing?
It's chilling.
Chilling? Like how?
Tron Weekly reported that as of April 6th, Bitcoin was still trading above $80,000.
$80,000 while everything else is crashing.
Yeah, it's like this island of stability in a sea of chaos.
That's wild. I mean, are people seeing Bitcoin differently now?
It's possible. Remember back in November 2024?
Right after the election.
Yeah, Bitcoin broke through that $80,000 ceiling for the first time.
And everyone was talking about a Trump bump.
Exactly. Reuters reported that there was this surge of optimism in the crypto community.
They were thinking Trump would be good for crypto.
Yeah, maybe loosen up regulations, make things easier for them. Interesting. So political events can actually move the crypto market.
Oh, absolutely. They're not immune to the real world.
No, they're definitely not.
Now, Investopedia did note that Bitcoin dipped a little bit below $81,500 in early April.
And so it wasn't completely unaffected.
Right, but then it quickly bounced back to around $84,000.
So it kind of shrugged it off.
Yeah, like it was no big deal.
So why is Bitcoin so resilient right now?
Well, some analysts are saying it's because Bitcoin's becoming a safe haven asset.
A safe haven like gold.
Exactly. CoinDesk reported that when traditional investments start looking shaky,
Too risky.
yeah, people start looking for alternatives.
Like Bitcoin.
Like Bitcoin. They want to park their money somewhere safe.
So this whole situation is like a real-world test for Bitcoin.
It is. If it keeps holding strong while everything else is crashing.
That'll definitely give the safe haven argument some weight.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
But let's not get too carried away.
Right. There are still risks.
Especially in the crypto world.
Exactly. CoinDesk also pointed out the dangers of leveraged trading in crypto.
Oh yeah, leverage can magnify both gains and losses.
Big time. And they specifically mentioned the basis trade.
Which can be pretty risky.
Yeah, if those leverage positions start to unwind.
It could trigger a big sell-off.
And that could drag Bitcoin down with it.
So even though Bitcoin's looking strong right now,
We gotta stay cautious.
crypto is still crypto.
Always. So let's sum it all up.
Okay, hit me with the takeaway.
President Trump's Liberation Day tariffs.
Tetchy name.
They've definitely shaken things up globally.
Big time.
The U.S. stock market took a huge hit.
Yeah, a big one.
And experts are like waving red flags about a potential economic crisis.
Nobody wants to see that.
But in the midst of all this chaos, Bitcoin.
Bitcoin's like, what crisis?
It's holding steady above $80,000.
It's pretty amazing, actually.
It really is. It's like we're watching two completely different worlds collide.
Yeah, it's like the old guard versus the new guard.
And the new guard isn't backing down.
So what does this all mean moving forward?
That's the million-dollar question.
I know, right?
What are the long-term consequences of these tariffs for global trade?
Yeah, will they really bring back American jobs, or will they just hurt everyone?
And what about the stability of the traditional financial markets?
Can they handle this kind of shock, or are we in for a rough ride?
And the biggest question of all,
What about Bitcoin?
what role will digital assets like Bitcoin play in the future of finance?
Will they become the new safe haven?
Will they replace the old guard?
It's a fascinating time to be watching all this unfold.
It really is. So much uncertainty, so much potential for change.
Yeah, it feels like we're on the cusp of something big.
It definitely does. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Always a pleasure.
We'll keep you updated as the story unfolds.
Stay tuned, folks. This is just the beginning.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Please subscribe, like, and comment.